Stilfontein illegal miners confusion.
Bath and laundry soap, tinned fish, detergent. In fact, last Friday they were asking for a candle, snuff and sorghum beer to perform a ritual to cleanse the shaft because there are people that have died there. The requests are really making a mockery of our rule of law, in my opinion. I mean, 2 illegal miners resurfaced yesterday with a note which contained this list that truly represents what you could say is a Christmas wish list, and I think they're now playing games. Remember a week ago, one of them resurfaced and gave a love letter for his wife to one of the community leaders who handed it over to the illegal miner's lover. The illegal miner then went underground, according to reports. And that's why I was asking a week ago if community leaders in Stilfontein are not aiding and abetting illegal miners. They've been defending the miners underground and pushing for food supplies to be sent down. But what are they doing to assist the police to get the miners to retreat and come out? So how should what's happening now inform the strategy by the police? Because giving them food prolongs their stay underground, and that's why some of those in authority have said that the court order that was granted a few weeks ago derails their work. Remember that court order ordered that essential items such as food, water and some critical medical supplies be allowed to be sent underground. But the Zamazamas have now been demanding non-essential goods. I mean, what's next? Are they going to ask for custard? Are they going to ask for sparkling water? I think this is getting ridiculous. The court order does not allow for the provision of these items that they're now asking for. And at some point, the authorities have to act. I know they were considering sending a crane to retrieve the illegal miners, which apparently costs a lot of money a day. Some have put that price tag at R1 million, and there have been questions about who should be footing that bill. So the question we're asking you tonight is, what do you make of the still... Right, let's stay with that story. Mining Affected Communities United in Action says it has noted the attempts to dehumanize the mine workers trapped in Shaft 11 at Stilfontein mine. Makua says it rejects the characterization by some that wish to portray the miners as refusing to come out of the shaft and that they are making demands. This comes after those reports emerged of a note that was sent from one of the miners on Monday in which they requested condiments and tinned food as well as washing powder, bath soap and roll-on deodorant and others. Makua Wamua Executive Director Christopher Rutles joins me now in studio. Christopher, thank you so much for making time for us. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you very much for allowing us the opportunity to respond.
What do you make of the requests that the miners have made for these non-essential items?
So I think, Clement, it's very important for us to put context to this question. So I think the first thing that one needs to understand when you're looking at what is a simple request is that the miners have been, many of them have been down there for more than 6 months. For the last 4 months, they've been starved of food. We know that 9 bodies have been extracted. Our teams on the ground have extracted 9 bodies who have basically died because of hunger.
How are those bodies extracted? Are the police aware of that?
The police are aware of that. It's done under their supervision. The court has instructed the police to allow us to send food and to extract people.
But just quickly on that, Rutledge, because I don't remember the police confirming that there are 9 people that have died in Stilfontein.
We extracted 8 in the last week. Since last week, since the court provided the order, we extracted 8, and then previously there was 1 that was
And the police are aware of these people?
They have the bodies. They are currently doing forensic investigations, and you know that is concerning. The fact that you don't know about it is even more concerning.
Did you hear them talk about it anyway, or release a statement about it?
Well, we are extracting the bodies. We have extracted it literally. It's on video. It's been in the news. So it's not something that's new. We know that people have died.
It's a fact. Have died
9 people so far.
Okay.
We are told that there are more miners down that have died. They're located in different parts of the mine. And so the request, and I think this is very critical, Clement, if you'll allow me. I know that the media has been saying that people are demanding. Nobody is demanding. All the letters have been humble in their request to say, we have been stuck down here. We have been denied the basic human rights of anybody to eat and to live and to enjoy the freedoms that we all enjoy and our constitution guarantees. And in that process, they are saying, you know, we are humans. We are simply asking to treat us as humans, to get us out as quickly as possible, and so that we can resolve it. Now, the problem here sits with the way that the state has dealt with this matter.
Well, we'll get to how the state has dealt with the matter. So you're saying they're making a humble request. They want to be taken out of the mines. But I read the letter that emerged with one of the miners, two of the miners that emerged yesterday. I mean, the miners are asking for privileges that anyone under their criminal circumstances shouldn't be asking for. They're already getting basic food essentials. I mean, they want tomato sauce, mayonnaise, candles, snuff, sorghum beer, cool beans, beef. What is that? That is a mockery of the rule of law. Nothing in that letter says, please help us come out of here.
No.
I've read it.
There are a load of other letters. There's not only been one. There's been letters every time we drop something down and we pull it up. There are letters either to, like you say, to wives, to the people up saying, please extract us. We are dying down here.
Which letter have you seen, Rutledge? Because I've seen one letter where one illegal miner professes his love to his wife. He says he came out, managed to give letter to one of the community members and went down. The second letter I've seen so far.
That.
Yeah, well, the community leaders, in fact, I've read the letter, the wife, News 24, many other media houses have, in fact, interviewed the wife, who also had the letter. The second letter that I've seen is this one where they talk about these privileges. Nothing in any of those letters are they saying, oh, please, we need to be rescued. In fact, in the letter where the illegal miner professes his love to his wife, he says, I do want to come out, but I'm scared I'm going to be arrested.
I've got that information on my phone, so I can share that with you. Again, it's not been hidden away. It's public knowledge that the request had basically been to say people are dying. In fact, one of the letters say that in shaft 10 there's a body. Can you please extract that body out in shaft 10 because we can't get there. So you know the way that this narrative has been expressed to the public has just been one-sided, has not told the whole story, and has basically come from a point to say these are criminals and therefore they are less than human and therefore they deserve less. Now, I want to ask you a question in this situation. During World War II, Holocaust victims, it's a well-known fact that Holocaust victims, some of them, when they were asked, what can we smuggle in for you? They were dying of hunger. But some people said, send us lipstick because we want to be human. We want to feel like we are human. Now that sits at the heart of this very issue. Why do people go down? They go down into those conditions because they are desperate to earn a living. These are not the kingpins. These are not the people that are benefiting. These are ordinary workers who have been exploited by syndicates and are now being starved by their own government or by a government.
But Christopher, let's also be real. You're not surely comparing victims of the Holocaust with people that have gone underground to be involved in illegal mining. That is,
but here again, you see, you're judging. You are coming from a point where you're judging. You're saying that poor people are not allowed to seek opportunities to feed themselves.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you what I'm saying. I'm saying in the Holocaust, there were people who were treated in the most inhumane of ways. Not because they were doing anything illegal, but because they were Jewish. In this case, you've got people who are currently doing what is an illegal activity. They're underground.
They are trespassing. They are trespassing.
Yes, and they are doing what is illegal right now. That is illegal mining. They're not allowed to do that.
You know for a fact that those miners are not charged.
Do you get what I'm trying to say about the Holocaust?
I do, and I want to try and respond to you.
Let's not try and lighten
the
tragedy of the Holocaust.
Yes, but this is what I'm trying to say to you. That in denying the humanity of these individuals who were forced out of circumstance to go down and eke out a living, you are denying them. You are saying to them that it is a crime for you to put food on your table. Now, keep in mind that laws are made by people at different times in different situations. When apartheid was law, we broke the law because it was an unjust law. Now, we have the same situation here with artisanal mining, where they eat billions of rands underneath their feet, but they are told you go home and you starve rather than having access to wealth and
How
to,
is their
to food.
humanity denied when there's already food that is being sent?
Their humanity is being denied by the state refusing to allow them to come out. The state tells the people that the miners are refusing to come out, but that's not the truth. Even Harmony Gold in court papers have said that the people who are in Shaft 11, there is no ways for them to come out without help. They cannot go to Margaret Shaft because the mines are flooded. So the state knows this. The only way for them to come out is to send down a rope, a crane or something to get them out.
And I'll get to the ways that we can get them out.
Sure.
How is their humanity being denied when there's already food going down there? We'll talk about the ways. And I want you to respond directly to the question I've asked.
Sure.
The first question I asked is, they are asking for ridiculous things.
Yeah.
Roll-on, mayonnaise,
Sure.
tin fish.
But this is what I'm saying.
Who asks for that when
But
they
this is
are
what I'm
currently undergoing a criminal activity?
You are saying that a poor man who's begging for food cannot have dignity.
That's not. That's
You're
not-
saying
that's
that he must be
privileges.
happy with the bones that you are and the crumbs that you are willing to give him. Now, I'm saying that in a situation where your humanity is being denied, where you're stuck underground, you have got no other way to get out, and there are opportunities for you to ask for something, you ask for something.
Yeah, but
I know
ask
this
for
for a
food,
fact.
ask for basic
During
food.
apartheid, can you imagine in apartheid, when Nelson Mandela, when I was in prison as a 16-year-old child, one of the strategies that we used was to ask for things.
Yeah, I don't
to
remember
make
Nelson
requests.
Mandela asking for an expensive cologne or asking for mayonnaise while he was on Robben Island.
No, but you are taking an object and you are missing the point that what these people are asking for is not the object.
So if they ask for
They're
cake
asking
tomorrow,
for
should we
dignity.
take it down there because
They're
it gives them
asking for
dignity?
dignity.
If they ask for cake tomorrow or sushi, we take it down because, they want their dignity.
No. That's not what we're saying. In the statement, we clearly say that even though the committee who is there has denied the request because they're saying, let's get down urgently food, we are also saying that we need to understand for a moment that these are people, that they have needs. You want to be clean, right? You want to be washed. You want to be in a situation where you have dignity. Why is it different for them?
No, nobody says it's different.
That's
All
what
of
you're
those
saying.
essentials are already being sent. The court order has already been clear. The police have already allowed
You're
communities
talking
to send
about
food down
survival.
there.
You're talking about...
And mayonnaise is not required for survival.
But
Tin
this is-
fish is
but
not required
what
for
about human
survival.
dignity?
Human dignity
you
doesn't
say-
require the
so you're saying
privileges.
people must live in poverty and they must basically
No,
just
they need to
accept.
come out and
But
stop
this is,
doing the
this
illegal
is the thing,
mining.
they want to come out, but the state is not allowing
So
them.
how are the other people coming out? How did the two people come out if the state is
Keep
refusing
in mind,
people
you're
to come
talking here, again, context. You're talking about hundreds of kilometers of mines, different shafts, 19 levels of shafts across that vast expanse. There are different miners located in different situations. Those miners may be able to access maybe a shaft 10, or some other miners may be able to access Margaret Shaft. These miners in shaft 11 have no other way out.
Okay, but the two miners who came out yesterday, how did they manage to come out if the police are trapping them and refusing them access out? Because that's what you're saying.
Well, this is what we are saying. The pathways to get there. You must remember you're deep down below the earth. You're dark. You don't have light. You've got no maps. You're basically risking your life every time you go down a tunnel because you don't know where you're going to. So those young men have become desperate and they may have wanted to find a way out and they were lucky to find a way out. There has been others. In fact, we have...
There's over 1,000...
We have...
1,000 illegal miners.
Different exits.
Yes, precisely my point is that the police are not trapping miners and refusing them access. If that is the case, we wouldn't have over 1,000 illegal miners that have
you
come out
missed
already.
the point. This is what I explained to you now. You're talking about hundreds of kilometers, 19 levels, different areas. Not all of the miners are one homogeneous unit. They're not all in the same place, and therefore this one went out, and therefore this one is refusing to come out.
So they're able to give
different
one person a
places.
letter. Please take this letter when you come out, but I'm not coming with you.
No.
Well, there's a note that the two illegal miners came up with.
What about the people that cannot access the narrow tunnel ways, that don't have the strength and the energy to get there?
So are you suggesting the people
Yes.
who wrote this note, want mayonnaise and all these fancy things, are actually the people who just gave those who wanted to go out and they
I'm saying that
chose
there are
to stay in
hundreds of
because
people
they
down
can?
there, and you cannot judge hundreds of people when you don't know the situation.
Well, I'm not judging anyone. If anything,
You are saying, you are basically standing on national TV and berating them for wanting human dignity.
I'm saying asking for privileges under their criminal circumstances is ridiculous.
Can I ask you?
Hold on. If they're asking for maize meal, if they're asking for base medical essentials that they require for their survival, I get that.
Sure.
Because the Constitution is the supreme law in this country. And that speaks to people having dignity. Even the most criminals who have committed the most heinous of crimes. Human dignity is at the center of that Constitution. But I'm saying they're being ridiculous now by asking for privileges under their current circumstances.
Can I say that I think you're being ridiculous? Because what you're doing in a life and death situation where people are desperate to come out, you're focusing on mayonnaise.
Well, that's what they're focusing on.
I don't see anything on the police and saying, why are these people not out?
Well, I have focused on the police because I've interviewed the police many times on the show. I'm talking to you now because there's a ridiculous request out there coming out from people who are committing a crime underground, and they are supposed to be out. Nothing in that letter says, we're so desperate, please, we're on shaft 12 on the corner of this floor and this floor.
But again, that's taking one letter out of,
well, I gave you another letter. I gave you another letter.
Maybe tens of letters. Where other letters have said, please take us out. We are desperate. We are dying.
How do you suggest the police should do that?
Well,
must they go underground?
No, they don't have to. They need to drop the cage, allow people to enter the cage and pull it out.
Which costs about R1 million a day?
That may be so.
Who's going to
We're talking about human lives here. Are you saying that human lives are less important than money?
No, I'm saying, how do we do that? Who foots the bill? Who do you think?
The police have got a 2.2 billion rand allocated to them via the NPA and the Criminal Recovery Asset Forfeiture Unit. 2.2 billion.
That's not the money for the operation.
That is for Operation Valam Godi.
But is that the operation?
Are you telling me that they can't take that money
to be rescued?
But it's for that operation, and this is part of what that operation now entails. So you're trying to say there's 2.2 billion rand there, but let these people die.
No.
Exactly. This is the ridiculousness of the way that people focus on mayonnaise when people are dying.
Nobody wants people to die. Everybody wants anybody who is underground to really come out.
Then let them come out.
The police have spoken about this operation and how complex it's going to be. So if you are saying that there are certain people out down there who don't even have the energy to come out, when the crane gets down there, there are people that have to get on it. How confident are you that there are people who actually get on that crane and come up? And 1 million.
We're doing it. We did it today. We extracted another 2 people today. Right? People want to come out, but we can only extract one at a time. We've got to pull them up one at a time.
Okay.
We've got to pull them up 2.5 kilometers, which takes forever because we're using manual labor. Now the state has got the resources to make this process easier. They're complaining about they are there and the people are not coming out. Let the people come out. Put in place the infrastructure. There is a mine rehabilitation fund that the DMRE is sitting on, millions and millions of rands. What else are they going to use it for if not to save lives?
Yeah. So actually looking at the NPA statement that was sent out about that how much billion rand?
2.2 billion.
Yeah, so the original NPA statement doesn't say anything about illegal mining, and this is the confirmation we got from the NPA.
I've sent you the quote by the Batoy.
Yeah, what I did
in the Mail Guardian.
I went to Batoy's office and then I asked them to clarify, and that's not what they're saying.
Well, that's what the Mail Guardian has said. So you're saying the Mail Guardian has...
No, you're referencing a news report. I'm referencing the Batoy's office, which is the NPA.
So what is she saying? There's no money for this operation?
Well, it's not necessarily for them to do what you're saying that it's intended for.
But what else are you going to do it for? Isn't our duty as a constitutional state to protect the human dignity, to protect lives?
Yeah, and it's
then how can that even be a question? If the money's there, use it, save the lives, then we can talk about mayonnaise.
All right. Christopher Rutledge, thank you so much for coming to the studio. Really appreciate your time.
Please comment in the comment section.